My BF said my friend's body is what every woman wants. Hi Reddit. I really need your help. My F19 BF 24 and I were having a conversation about weight gain during lockdown etc. and I mentioned some of my friends he knows IRL who've complained about feeling insecure because they've stopped working out. Explaining how it's not just myself who feels this way. One of my friends that I mentioned, let's say her name is Fiona. My BF responded with, well, Fiona's body is what all women would die for. After hearing that I feel like something has just switched inside of me and I feel confused. I've never more insecure and I've always thought I was quite attractive but this has ruined my self-esteem. I have no idea what to do. I have my own apartment and he's in the other room but we don't live together. I feel like kicking him out and I know it's wrong but I'm beyond upset at this point. I mean the obvious conversation would be to raise that it was a kind of awkward thing to say and point out that you suspect saying the same about one of his friends would likely have upset him. How he reacts to you raising that point I think will give you a sense of whether he is a partner that emotionally you can rely on. Does Fiona have a 10-inch sentient penis and 2 extra arms with the ability to thunder punch you in the dick and invert it? 'Cause that's the kinda body I want. After reading the comments, your boyfriend sounds like a vindictive asshole. Red flags everywhere. I would dump him. I paid for the groceries so you can't just kick me out. This guy is some piece of work. It's not his place. But he insists on forcing his presence on you. Re-evaluate if you want someone in your life who disregards your emotions. I would think twice about being with him. He sounds superficial and should not be comparing your body with your friends. Also, you now know that he is looking at her and thinking about her in a sexual way when she's there. That would make me feel awful. Words like that should never come out of your partner's mouth. I'm not sure how much he really cares about you. I would be wary of him. I'm speaking from experience here unfortunately. I'm honestly less put off by the tone-deaf remark and more put off by his reactions that you've detailed in your replies. He sounds like an immature twit. I'm left wondering if Fiona is one of those people who can live off of ice cream and ramen and beer and look good doing it. Many women and men would indeed kill for this body. Or if her build is so vastly different from yours. How old were you when you started dating? Because his immaturity plus this age gap, Yeah, that was insanely insensitive of him to say. He's 24. He should know better than to say something like that. I'm so sorry. I would ask him to go. Tell him you aren't feeling well and want some alone time. Let him know you'll call him later. If he pushes for a why, explain again that you'd rather wait until later because you're not feeling well. Then do something for yourself. Relax. Write down how it's made you feel and if you want to call him and let him know. If you don't want to, wait a bit. He needs to know how disrespected you feel. My experience has been if you let things like this slide, he'll think it's okay to admit to checking out the people you care about. It happens but doesn't need to be vocalized. You don't need to make an argument out of it, but be firm and clear so he can't say he misunderstood at any point. I hope you feel better soon. Very dumb thing for a boyfriend to say. Tell him that one of your guy friends said the same about you. He is manipulative. You are worth so much more than this. It's quite rude for him to say something like that. Period. My now ex told me the same exact thing about his ex-wife. I felt like absolute poop. So insensitive. You can always point it out that his equipment is short. But you are an irresponsible adult that doesn't believe in revenge like me. Is your friend garlic bread? So now you will always question yourself because your BF has very unkindly placed doubts in your head. Kick him to the curb and move on. I've been married for 22 years and my hubby tells me after every event we go to that I was the hottest woman there. Am I? Hell no. Lol. But to him I am, and that's what matters. Don't settle. And don't let his loser ass plant doubts in your head. That was such an insensitive and unnecessary comment to make. Sounds like your BF had a jerk moment. Or maybe he's just a jerk. But I'm willing to believe he said something dumb as a one-off and wishes he hadn't. Yikes, reading all of this is very sad and seeing how he reacts is just worse. TW. I have an eating disorder and I'm going to shed some light. I only have an eating disorder because of a narcissistic abusive asshole like your BF. Let me repeat. I have a trauma response now. That is to starve myself. Because of an asshole I dated that sounds exactly like your BF. Reading your replies. It doesn't seem like you're going to leave him. And this makes me very sad, worried for the future of your body and mental state. Please reconsider being with someone who thinks starving themselves is what every woman wants. That's not even the first out of so many red flags you've talked about with this guy. He will destroy you, I promise. All I can hope is that you are absorbing all this advice. All these people telling you the same thing. He is abusing you, manipulating you, and you don't even see it. If you have any questions or need anything, I'm a PM away. Please think about what you want your future to look like. Why were you talking about somebody else's body and then getting upset that he opines about that same person's body? You shouldn't have been talking about someone else and kept the conversation about you and how you feel about your body. I think you were in the wrong here. This has ruined my self-esteem. Don't give your self-esteem over so entirely to one person. He can think what he wants. But who you are and what you look like do not depend on him or his approval. That being said, I think you are overreacting. Him complimenting a friend doesn't take anything from you unless you let it. Absent any other signs that he is being unfaithful to you. And also, let him know that he needs to be fucking discreet going forward. There is no need for him to lack the judgment to not say everything he thinks to you.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.